Well, it's that time of the not month, not that time of the month. It's new patch day. I actually happen to have free time when the patch goes live. What are the odds of that happening? Pretty rare, all things considered, and I'm actually putting off editing my playthrough of the 5.5 World Quest and Genshin Impact to do this. But we did record my reaction to chapter 1145 of the One Piece manga, so there will still be uploads on the channels, which means we'll basically have almost 2 weeks of daily uploads. And I still have 2 videos that the Tolan World Quest will be put out in 2 videos. And I will probably put this stream out in between one of those 2 videos. So the earliest you could probably expect seeing this on the YouTube channel will probably be 2-3 days from now. The day, in fact, is going to be ticking over during this stream. I've got time for maybe 2.5 to 3 hours. Let's see how many new features we can show off. How many rewards we can collect. We're not going to do any pulls this stream, so I'm going to save that for when we get towards the end of the story. We'll do pulls at the end of the story, and hopefully I have time to get to that point before too long. I volunteered for work tomorrow. Whoa, what is happening? I was not expecting that. That scared the shit out of me. Can I just finished saying we're not going to do any warps today. So, that caught me off guard. Alright, Spindle laboring to weave the Tapestry of Time. I guess that means, yeah, let's do that. Let's start with a good old-fashioned story recap. Because I accidentally skipped the story recap in 3.1. While everyone is awaiting the demigod of strife to emerge from the trial, something unexpected happens. The Trailblaze squad immediately follows Mayday into the trial to rescue Finon, who is trapped inside. Just as everyone breathes a sigh of relief, a new problem arises. Mayday had to shoulder the burden of strife, but the Kremnoans would never willingly give up the core flame to their old foe, Okhema. In an attempt to gain better understanding, he decides to first seek advice from his teacher, Krataros, a veteran of Kremnos. The two part on bad terms. Meanwhile, Trian and Castoris are dispatched to the Grove of Epiphany as diplomatic envoys of Okhema. When they arrive, they discover to their surprise that the Black Tide has struck, and they fight a mysterious swordmaster. In the end, they manage to rescue Anaxagoras and the core flame that he carries. While everyone is on their way back, within the city of Okhema, Krataros is arrested for abducting Trinan and trespassing on forbidden grounds. Under Mayday's mediation, Tribia and her sisters agree to reveal their memories in order to facilitate reconciliation between the Kremnoans and the Okhemans. Unexpectedly, just as Tribia and her sisters were about to meet the Time Titan Oronyx and repair their memories, they encounter the mysterious Swordsmaster yet again. Trian sacrifices herself and falls with the Titan to protect her companions in order to take back the core flame. Everyone set up a plan to seal the Swordmaster. That didn't work out, though. The plan suffers multiple setbacks. You see what I mean? But Mayday returns as the demigod of strife and helps everyone reclaim the core flame. Not long after, he successfully persuades his people to let go of their prejudices against Okhema. He says goodbye to everyone and returns home to join the front line against the Black Tide. On the other side, everyone holds a simple funeral for Trian, who exhausted her divine powers and turned into a doll. So she didn't die, per se. That's what I was getting at last time we played some of the story. She's not dead. She returned to her original form, which was a toy. Which means if Tribby turns into a doll as well, do we get the original Tribios back? Once all of them have turned into a doll? Because the original Tribios is the only one that's technically not a doll, right? She's got to be the original. That's my theory. And put that on the corkboard with some red string. Having accepted Trianne's last wish, the group continues on the path of the Fame Chase journey. Story recap is ended. Head to the designated location and immediately start the mission. We'll wait on that. We got a whole lot of stuff going on. And some new features to showcase. Travelogue has a second for the 2nd anniversary. But we're going to look at the missions real quick. Stories across the universe. Check if there's anything new on the train. There's a 40-day time on this one, so we will probably do that at the end. This is probably the new game thingy that was talked about in the live stream. This is the new thing. And for Fate's Atlas... Firm... Alright. So it looks like we're going to have a few different angles for that. Alright, that's the mission. Now let's look at the travel log. Festive gifts! Passenger Can. Time sure does fly, huh? It's already about to be the 2nd anniversary from the time the Express got back on the tracks of the Trailblaze special days. Must have also been special blessings. I'm gonna choose Silverwolf. The conductor is sure that they'll answer. It looks like we can reselect at any point before the deadline happens in 16 days. Get some pulls for my troubles. And on day 7, we'll have a bunch more. The reason I don't want to do my pulls at the beginning is because I usually like to wait until we get to the Gift of Odyssey. But it's probably not going to be 7 days by the time we get around to doing that. Super Sales Day. So first time top up is refreshed. So what's going on in the store? So we have Trailblaze Assistance. So this is a new $5 bundle that gives us a bunch of fuel and about 6 pulls worth of materials. Special ticket. $1 for 2 pulls and 30k credits. That seems pretty good. And this I could renew. You know what? Just to celebrate, I probably will grab both of these. Because it's a non-intrusive amount of money. Alright, Stellar Convergence. So this is the new shop where we can buy stuff. So we can get 2 very... I hate that they put this in here, the 2 variable dice. And all the new light cones. Used to exchange for 5-star light cone at Stellar Shop, perhaps. I'll be okay. So we get this from Nameless Honor. New rewards. Light cone memory shard. You can use 4 of them in the shop. Alright. And contract shop. I guess we have these things that are new. What is this? Oh, it's just 10 pulls and then pick 3. That's pretty interesting. I almost have enough Honoric shards just lying around to grab that. And then this one is the... just pick 2. Which I can't afford. Top-ups have all been refreshed. And then that's normal. So what's this Cherished Recollection? Oh, this is the new spending event. Okay. So 25,000 and we get all the rewards. 18,000 we get a golden thing. So 18,000 Honoric shards is basically if you bought every top-up bonus and then the 300 Honoric shards you get from the what's it called? The Express Pass. That should get you everything here. For those that want to. The best rewards here are obviously the 8,000, 18,000 rewards. These are like the only two that I see, because this is basically a free 5-star character. And if I weren't broke, I probably would be willing to spend money on some of this. I don't know if I'd be willing to put all in for the 25k. So what's this Dreamcatcher's gift? Oh, just a free star pass. Cool. Alright. All that to open the travel log now. So, first things first, Stellar Companion. We get us Golden Companion Spirit. Not now. Or sure, let's just go to redeem now. So, we could... I am... added in future. So we could get any one of these, but the obvious pick here is Ron May. Because I don't have a Ron May in my account. I have a Lucha on my account. Now we have a free Ron May. I do wonder what characters they will add to this store in the future, or if these two will rotate out. If these two don't rotate out, that would be pretty impressive. But considering we have space here, I think we can add 2 more. So if these two stay, I think eventually we're going to get 2 more of these. Although they can put this bottom row here, so we could definitely get up to, what's that, 6 times 3? 18? We could probably fit 18 here. Alright. That's 1 event down. Star Rail World. This is that quest that we can accept on the train. We'll do that at the end. This is the Trailblaze mission. We're going to start that a little bit later. Come with me, take the journey. We always get this event. I usually don't use it. If you want my invitation code, you can have it. I left everything I gathered in this one corner of the screen. Aptitude Showcase. We will look at this at another later date. I would like to pull for Castris. Despite the fact that I think that her passive is a bad idea, and the fact that it's made it to the final release of the game, I did not say that I would not be pulling because of it, but I will be filling out every survey from now until the end of time saying that this is bad, don't put more of these in the game, remove this one. And I encourage everyone else to do the same. And stop review bombing the game on app stores. It's poor taste. And that looks like all of the new features. New warps. That's right. We have the new warp features. How could I forget? So, Celestial Invitation characters. We can now add these 3 to the 50-50 Lost pool. So, I don't really need any more Japards or Bailus. I like them, but I don't need them. I would love to own a Blade someday. I would love to own a Fushuan someday. Fushuan is one of those banners that I had to pass on because I was saving for a more important character I needed for the account. But I do want Fushuan on the account. But I do wonder how we get their light cones, since their signature light cones are not included in this. And do I want to take one of these off? I don't have any Welt constellations. Bronya we do. I think the smart answer is to take Welt off for now. And put Zila on. Okay, good. So that's saved. So now we have Blade, Fushuan, and Zila as part of our 7 possible 50-50 losses. I personally wish that it wasn't 7. I wish they could just up it to 8. There's 8 paths, 7 elements, or 8 elements. We don't have a quantum unit on the standard banner yet. I feel like they could have just added Zila to the standard banner at this point, to be honest. Or, personally, I still think that they should have put Castris on the standard banner. Because, all things considered, we don't have a Remembrance standard unit, and we don't have a Quantum standard unit. It would make the most sense to just put Castris. It would just make sense to put Castris on the standard banner. What's the Star Trace replay? Oh, that's what this loud thing was. Okay. Are we gonna get one of these for Anaxa in like 17, 21 days? And then we have the Fugue, Yaocho, and Acheron. Brilliant Fixation. Make farewells more beautiful. For those pulling for Castris, I do recommend that you try to get her cone if you can. Because right now, we don't have a lot of Remembrance cones, so she does not have a good 4-star option. Which means you're probably going to have to use a 3-star one, or you're going to have to use an off cone. But at the same time, she wants base HP, so using a 3-star cone is just kind of a bad idea. Fugue if you pull her. I don't think you need her light cone. It's not really important. Jiaocho, I actually don't really know what your light cone does. Increases the wearer's effect hit rate by 60. 10 increased damage. I mean, I guess it's good. Go for it if you want it. Jiaocho is not a character I know about. And Acheron, you want an extra debuff application. So I guess for both, if you're grabbing Jiaocho for an Acheron team, definitely grab a Slight Cone. But if you're not grabbing him for an Acheron team, you don't need it. And standard. We have... You know what? We need to get some pulls out of the way, so... I think we can do some standard pulls. Because... What else am I gonna use these standard warps for? But, sadly, I can't get a 5-star from the new... I mean, I can still get Welts off of this, technically, even though he's not selected. So, 5, 6, 7. So we got 7 in here. So we're definitely not going to get a 5-star. Alright. Nope, no 5-star. But it definitely gets me towards the 40 warps for the battle pass for this patch, even though we're most definitely going to hit that 40. But this actually gives me a chance of getting that Ron May Remembrance Light Gun that I don't have. Hey! I need Gallagher copies. I still don't have an E6 Gallagher. That's nice. Alright, here we go. Another 10. So that's 17 pity. This is now 27 pity. 27 pity, I believe, 26-27 is the lowest pity we've ever gotten a 5-star pull on this account. We're not that lucky again today. Come on. Give me something good. I guess another sword play is okay. I don't think I need another sword play. I have like 4 of them S5 at this point, I think. And I'll do another one of those 10 pulls when we have time. Alright. That has been a roughly 20-minute intro to all the new features. Which means it's time to catch up with the story. So where the story we left off, we left on a weird-ass cliffhanger where we died? Question mark? You know what, editor me, edit this last chunk out. We're just gonna spend our Trailblaze power real quick. Okay, editor, cut all the way to this point. We've rearranged our teams. We've done all the extra stuff. Now let's just jump into Spindle laboring to weave the tapestry. An unexpected encounter with the Flame Reaver led to a premature extraction of Oronyx. Core Flame, Crisis, there's hope that can take the divine root. Roll of time. Trailblazers always face moments like this. Right, we're totally gonna die. I think it's really cool that we're gonna even make an attempt at this, to be honest. We do have a strong connection to, I guess, Fuli the Recollection, which apparently has a strong connection to Oronyx. Because I think, personally, all the Titans were made by Fuli, Noose, and whoever the third Aeon that's guiding Amphorius. So there's that to consider. Got sugar on me, so I'm gonna hopefully be wide awake for the next 2 hours. Ever since we did the Awu Firm event, we can now actually understand what all of these are saying. We can even talk to the one that we picked up in a random quest. Head to the Garden of Life and discuss what's predicted there. Brave girl who crossed the myriad passages eventually stopped here. May all who have lost their way on the long path of fate meet again at the end of the west wind where flowers bloom in spring. Alright, time to start the story. Trivios' memory has unveiled the very first prophecy. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Only one shall live till the end, and they alone shall witness the Era Nova. Such is the will of fate. My take on Oronyx's trial. Will the prophecy come to pass for me as well? Does that mean that we're gonna die? Oh god, that means we're gonna die. Regardless, I must give Aglaia an answer. Have we not discussed this with Don Hung? I feel like we should have discussed this with Don Hung. Also, if I remember correctly, we ended learning about the Council of Elders was getting ready to do some shit.
I finished the anthology of poems you lent me. Here it is.
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for reading.
Oh, anybody can make time for reading. You just gotta do it in between doing other things. Or if you're an audiobook guy like me, whenever you're doing long walks, long bike rides, or standing and doing the dishes for hours, you just put a podcast in your ear. Or an audiobook in your ear.
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read it swiftly.
Oh, speed reading, that's no way to enjoy anything.
Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
I can read 1,000 pages in 2 hours, but I will retain very little of the information because of how quickly I'm processing it. If I want to commit stuff to memories, I gotta read through it like 2 or 3 times.
On the contrary,
I remember so much of my content on my channel because I actually literally had to sit through all my content 3 times. Once when I did it the first time, once when I edit it, and then once when I add chapters to it for YouTube. Push one's up to. Alright.
I understand completely. During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient I became at tackling everyday mundane tasks. Anything but my actual studies.
Bunny.
Precisely.
I'm a professional procrastinator.
As I remember, you and Finon were both disciples of the new Sporists. I assume that Anaxa's exams were as unreasonable as the man himself, correct?
I mean, that's a bold assumption, but probably the answer is yes.
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were Introduction to Alchemy and History of Mythology. And to be perfectly honest, those two courses were the students' greatest nightmares.
Man, how does this man still have a career if he's this hated?
The history of mythology taught by the blasphemous great performer himself. I can imagine their fear.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class to challenge him on those blasphemous ideas. May I ask, Lady Aglaya, has your relationship with Professor Anaxa always been like this?
Their relationship is going to be more hilarious moving forward now that he has Circe's core flame and she has Menestia's. It only makes this even more hilarious. And boy, I just can't wait till they spill tea.
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the Flame Chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds. While you were studying there, I assume you must have heard of his nickname.
Which nickname?
A Dromus draped in finery?
Oh, that one. Yeah, that one that they mentioned in the live stream.
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromas. Despite his insufferable arrogance, I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, he is unafraid to stand opposed to the world, and that requires considerable resolve.
I shall test your resolve.
Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire. As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed the prophecy, while he disrespects the gods.
The gods have chosen him.
Funny. It's funny how that works out.
He was indeed chosen by Circes. Is something weighing on you, Cass?
I feel like there's a parallel
The
there
golden thread is
to
quivering.
Socrates.
I sense there's more to this exchange than idle chatter.
Socrates was often known to be the most blasphemous of the philosophers, and the Oracle of Delphi named him to be the most wise. Socrates is the most wise of the scholars, for he alone knows that he knows nothing.
With all due respect, I'd like to know what you plan to do with him.
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame.
Yeah, good luck with that. I think he's gonna drop dead as a corpse the second he does.
However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not hesitate to take extreme measures.
I saw a meme a while back that I thought was very funny. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Oh, did I not post it there? I guess I posted it in a different... I couldn't have possibly posted it all that long ago, right? Ah, here it is. So it's a picture of my day. And I guess I'll repost this in my Discord. And then editor me can actually put this on screen for y'all. Or no, I'll just move the scene. So yeah, here's the meme. It's okay to ask for help. You're not a burden. Murder is okay. Your feelings matter. Fuck Aglaya. I love this meme. And then let's just switch back to the main scene. So I can go back over here. It's a funny one. I love that meme. She loves to just jump straight to, yeah, I'm a murderer, bitch.
Just as I feared.
The Flame Chase journey is the destined path for the Chrysos heirs.
I don't believe in destiny,
He
though.
now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect, I trust that Anaxagoras will make the right decision.
Still, I can't help but hope for another possibility. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations, now that he knows time is limited.
I understand your stance. Let's continue this discussion another time.
Anaxa's storyline is super interesting to me, mainly because of how much I had to study philosophy in community college. I say had. I mean, I chose it for every elective. I really enjoyed it.
But now, let's greet our guest.
I could probably get a liberal arts degree if I wanted one. Or take a minor in philosophy at this point.
You're here.
Right. That's right. We came to talk about whether we can do the down. Mem would like to volunteer as tribute to become the demigod of time.
Does this mean you're ready to take on Oronyx's trial?
We are ready, Mem and me. I'm still on the fence.
I understand. It was the sacred beast's idea, after all. However, it warrants careful consideration, given their intricate ties to the Titan.
Memmy mem, memmy mem 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 mem, memmy mem memmy mem.
Thanks to him. Thanks to you, I've evolved from a little dog into a sacred beast.
Surrendering the core flame is a Chrysos heir's duty. Your selfless assistance is deeply appreciated.
When we get to curse the gods in 3.1, or was that in 3.0? There was a funny dialogue option where you could say, the pony that Oronyx gave me isn't cute enough. Oh no, that's the I Was Once in Arcadia quest. It's a fun quest. I recommend everybody do the side quests.
However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity. You will inherit Oronyx's divinity and bear the time of Amphorius, all on your own.
Oh no, I just had a thought. I just had a horrible thought. What if we are Elio? We get the powers of the Time Titan, and then at some point we're gonna time travel back to the past, like Terminus, and we're gonna become Elio and recruit the Stellaron Hunters. Oh my god, did I just predict a major plot twist? Please tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong.
From that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated again, until the end of Genesis.
Is there a plan B? Are you trying to talk me out of it?
It's exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, I am willing to lower my expectations.
Cool.
There are still many priests of Yanisopolis and their descendants in the city. If I'm left with no other option, I'll try to find someone worthy among them.
What about that lady that could see the future really well that we do during Triby's side quest in 3.0? We help her find a book. Seems like a shot in the dark. If I do not descend into hell, who will? Alright, that's it. I'm out. Shot in the dark. I take those. Exactly, we can't have the civilians bear the risks, can we? We've come so far, and everyone is counting on you to be the hero. Oh, maybe Kratoros wants to give it a shot. As for the trial, you have nothing to fear. The Time Titan may be willful at times. They've never caused us any harm. Myth has it that Oronyx, the Time Titan, opposes mortals. But to me, they just seem a bit timid. Like a child.
It looks like you know that Titan rather well.
Oddly enough, I don't remember ever meeting them. The moment I saw Can, Oronyx's memories were already in my head.
Memories that exist outside of your own experiences.
I can't explain why, but I can vouch for Mem's words.
Oh, I just realized everyone can understand Mem now, and I forgot that originally that was a problem.
Grievances, yet without any ill will.
I trust you all to make the right call. Do I even have a say in any of this?
Since you've made your decision, go back to the bath chamber and get some rest. Trinem will call for you when the ceremony is ready.
Cool.
It is difficult for me, as the guide, to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. Time and again, you have risen to the occasion for Okhema. Merely rewarding you with some honeydew is no longer able to express the extent of our gratitude.
Cool, just give me all of it then.
When the dust settles, I hope that we'll have the chance to
We're
have a long
100%
chat
gonna die, aren't
regarding
we?
your return journey and the curse of the sky.
I can't get that
It's
image of
about time
Castor's
that we lift the taboo and discuss things openly.
holding us while we're dead that we ended the 3.1 story on. I still can't get over that. It's omnipresent in my mind. Before leaving, I should go to say hi to Castris. Where did Aglaya go? She's supposed to be standing over there.
Miss, may everything go well for you and Mem.
You need Aglaya for something too?
It's nothing. I only came to discuss some matters with Lady Aglaya.
You came to discuss Anax's fate, to be honest.
Previously, I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Trianne had gifted to me. Tracing back, this anthology was something left for Lady Trianne by a bard before their passing.
Okay.
Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on, Lady Trianne gave this book to me since she knew how much I liked to read.
Oh, I miss her so much. Actually, we're probably going to run into Trianne because, the 3.2 livestream, they did say that we will get to meet in the story, we'll get to meet in the story some of the people that departed with us in the 3.1 story, and only 2 people departed with us, which are Maide and Trianne. Could we run into Maide? Sure, he's not dead. But we're going to be going to, like, the River of Souls and whatnot. I wonder if we will run into Trianne. I'm very confident we probably will. Can you tell me more about that book?
It just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia, a dragon corrupted by the black tide descended one day, swooping upon the city like death itself.
I have a feeling... Oh, you said this is an allegory. So in other words, this is an allegory for what happened to Styxia.
It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil dragon, the warriors discovered that the princess's life had already met its end. Overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood. However, having lost memories of her previous life, the resurrected princess turned into an evil dragon herself and wreaked havoc on the city. As a result, the prosperous Styxia met its demise.
Are you sure that's an allegory and not just history? What a dark story. It mustn't have been easy for Cass to narrate this story so calmly.
The author of this book is Archepia, a wandering bard who traveled to many cities.
Was that one of the 5 friends of Maide, or am I thinking of someone else?
Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly underlined and took notes in books that covered myths with her elegant handwriting. While flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse into the life of Archepia. It felt just like I was traveling with someone that I'd never met before.
Yeah. When an author is really good at putting you in their shoes, that's what it definitely feels like to read. You have described what it feels like to read.
It was as if she had yet to pass on and was still alive.
No one goes throughout life without leaving their mark behind. You probably did not think much of it when she... No.
That's right. Writing, drawing, and taking photographs. It seems like human nature to try and leave records of things. Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the photos in your photo stone out of courtesy. But I'm also very curious about the story of the Rosy Celestial Maiden.
Oh, God. How is Damionis doing? I haven't seen him in a while.
Despite having visited many cities in Amphorius, I still understand nothing about the world beyond the sky. If there is an opportunity...
I would love to tell you all of March's horrible secrets.
Forget it. Let's talk about this in the future. For now, I only hope that you'll be able to complete the trial safely and obtain Oronyx's blessing.
No, I think we should take the time to go through March's camera now, because I could die in like 20 minutes. We're about to do this really risky thing that could possibly kill me. No, don't put shit off till later. Do it now. I don't think there's anything else to do here. Time to go back and talk to Don Hung.
May you complete the trial safely in a...
Yeah. Man. You know, during 3.1 story, there was a ton of death flags, and it made it very obvious that someone was going to die. Unfortunately, it appears this time the death flags are for me. Brienne had so many death flags. Tribby has some death flags, too. So does Brennan. But now we're giving me death flags? Screw that. I want to live. Well, hang on real quick. I want to grab some of these. I forget you got to do this once a week, and you get 10 of these memories. You salvage them for the long river of the past. Unfortunately, that's a question that's not easy to answer. It's been that long since we moved here. Oh, Feynman's here. The Citizens' Assembly.
That's right. Oh, partner, you're back just in time. This is something that the both of you should probably know.
More trouble?
I wouldn't call it trouble. I just think it will be favorable if the both of you understand the situation in Okhema better.
Cool. What's going on with the Citizens' Assembly? Do you remember the Council of Elders that was on our heels previously? Seems that they've made their move.
Some background information for you. The Council of Elders is an authoritative body in Amphorius, made up of different city representatives. They hold legislative power over the Holy City, and are in charge of presiding over the Citizens' Assembly held once every few years.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's like asking for the collapse of society. In one of my history classes, we learned about, like, the Confederation of, basically the Gold Coast countries and tribes, where that ended extremely poorly, because they basically designed an entire, like, government structure that was more of an alliance that only really met and held an assembly, like, once a year. That's, like, a horrible way to run a government. Nothing would ever get done.
This is the most important social event of Okhema. It is highly influential, and can even affect what happens to the flame chase journey.
So Glad doesn't actually call the shots?
Despite her vision and wisdom that spans across thousands of years,
She's thousands of
even
years.
she cannot win over the hearts of everyone.
I knew that she was over 500. I didn't realize that she was thousands of years old. Although we recently learned in Casper's trailer that Casper's is at least 1,000. Possibly like 12 to 1,400. Maybe more. I have never once passed my sociology class. I actually have passed many a sociology class. Perhaps you should retake some exams next time we visit the Paperfold University. Tell me more about the Citizens' Assembly.
Every 5 to 10 years, the Council of
5
Elders
to
organizes
10?
a Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud.
That's so long! How does society actually continue to persist?
During the assembly, the representatives will vote on major issues, such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaia should still hold the right to govern the Holy City, and whether the Titan's conquest should continue.
I don't care what type of government you have. If your government is only making laws like every 5 to 10 years, you better be living in a utopia at that point, because otherwise, shit's gonna hit the fan. Sounds like some sort of system to balance the heroes and the mortals.
That is correct. However, The problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view the Citizens' Assembly as a way to restrain the Chrysos heirs and hope to take complete control over the Flame Chase journey.
Okay. How exactly do they intend to do that, though?
We can refer to them as the Opposition. During the assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the Opposition have been growing stronger in the shadows. It's only thanks to Aglaya that the Flame Chase journey has been able to continue to this day.
Dan, do you have no allies in the Congress?
The Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner. But this time, there seems to be a new variable to the situation.
Let me guess. Anaxa? It looks like you've realized it as well.
I'm afraid that the Council of Elders might want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa.
Yeah, because he doesn't believe in the Flame Chase journey either, and now he has one of the core flames.
Aglaya will surely take back Cersei's core flame. But with Anaxa's current condition, it's so unique that nobody knows how taking the core flame away from him will affect him. He has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to escape from the monitoring of the Golden Thread and protect himself. If the Opposition were to offer an olive branch at this time...
Shouldn't we be working with Anaxa then to prevent that? You suspect that he might betray the Flame Chase journey and defect towards the Council of Elders.
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long been considered an important ally of Okhema. I truly do not wish to see comrades turning on one another.
If they kill him off before his patch goes live in like 3 weeks, that's gonna take some gall. I have a better understanding of the full picture now. Is there anything we can do?
As I believe in his character, I plan to plead with Aglaya and try to buy more time for him. Then, the greatest way in which you can help is for you to know what I am fighting for.
Cool. What are you fighting for? We understand. Thank you for being honest with us. Things are piling up again. Ken and Mem are tied up with the Oronyx's trial, and while I'm preparing to visit the Grove to uncover clues about the world beyond the sky, let's just take things one step at a time. I just want to rest right now. None of those themes seem like they're gonna be easy to deal with.
Allow me to apologize for the fact that we always seem to be troubling you. I hope that Oronyx will show more benevolence and be more accommodating. I remember that they seemed quite fond of you back in the Abyss.
No, I think they seemed like we might know who their mom is.
Go and rest and regain your strength. We'll meet at the Vortex in a few days. Oh, right. You can read this scroll if you want to find out more about the Council of Elders and the Citizens' Assembly.
Alright, a study of the Citizens' Assembly. Democratic politics has always fascinated citizens of different city-states in Amphorius. When Okhema was first established, its democracy was limited to a privileged minority. Boy, why does that sound familiar? However, through ongoing reforms, the Okheman Citizens' Assembly took the stage, transforming Okhema's governance into a democracy for all, where the Citizens' Assembly made every major decision. It's important to note that as the Black Tide draws near and the citizens from the other city-states join Okhema's political life, the precious rights of Okhema's original citizens are becoming increasingly diluted. Consequently, voices calling for reforms within the Okhema Citizens' Assembly system grew ever louder. Democracy is only one of the consequences of civilization's development. Rather than the cause of development, for democracy to be productive, it must appoint different rules for different societies, situations, and issues. No single rule can be optimal for all scenarios. In other words, Okhema's Citizens' Assembly system will continue to evolve as this book is written. Due to time limitations, this publication focuses only on the current Okhema Citizens' Assembly, not its future developments. Readers should bear this limitation in mind. Citizens, citizenship, and citizenship policies of Okhema. Before examining the Okhema Citizens Assembly, operational mechanisms, and core functions in depth, we must first address the matters of citizens, citizenship rights, and citizenship policies in Okhema. The elders have once noted that Okhema is a collective of free citizens. Due to the substantial power citizens possess, citizenship qualifications must be strictly regulated to ensure citizens' rights. I personally think we should honor citizenship to anybody who lives in the country. That's my hot take. It's a political take that I've stood by for over a decade now at this point. Yes, I've been able to vote for over a decade. I'm old. Alright, discussions of the recognition of naturalized citizens' rights were once the foci of disputations between the leader of the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders. As more Amphorian city-states fell over time, as the Black Tide drew closer, citizenship rights reforms became an imperative. Judging from the final outcome, citizens from all city-states have equal citizenship rights in the Holy City and have equal participation in public matters. While social differences naturally exist between rich and poor, locals and travelers, the Holy City of Okhema would not allow these social distinctions to become political divisions and will ensure complete political equality amongst all citizens. Continued. Operational mechanisms of the Citizens' Assembly. Barring emergencies, Okhema Citizens' Assembly follows strict protocols when it is called. The current Council of Elders, a governmental entity made of representatives of the city-state, posts the upcoming Citizens' Assembly agenda and venue, usually Dawncloud in the Holy City, at the Wall of Heroes before each meeting. Usually topics are proposed by the Council of Elders members before the Assembly and become official Assembly items after receiving majority Council approval. The Council predetermines which matters to address and when. Once confirmed, the Council Chairman hands over the agenda to the Council of Elders. To the Council of Elders Assembly Chair, who presides over the meeting. God, this is so convoluted. It's kind of like cabinets and chairs and coalitions and whatnot. It's all super complicated. Normally, matters cannot be discussed at the Citizens' Assembly without prior Council review. Council-reviewed matters yield only two outcomes. Either they already thoroughly discussed and only need citizen votes, or they require citizens to hold debates and reach final resolutions during the Assembly. Results are tallied using pottery shards blessed with world-bearing Titan, Kefali's runes, with voting dolia placed throughout Okhema during the assemblies. After thorough discussion and voting of all proposals, the Council of Elders posts approved decrees at the Wall of Heroes. Continued. Core functions of the Citizens' Assembly. The Assembly wields the important capacities of legislative power and the appointment of the government officials, declaring war, conceding peace, and the actual control of the armies during wartime. Yet historically and practically, Okhema's Citizens' Assembly isn't fully controlled and directed by the citizens, but rather a means to ensure that the elites who represent the majority of social interests can effectively manage social matters. Oh, this is an oligarchy. In other words, the current system where the leader of the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders jointly manage Okhema was decided by the Okheman Citizens' Assembly system. Citizens influence policymakers through voting and other means of political participation, lobbying, I'm guessing, rather than directly managing social affairs and making political decisions. Appendix. Principal members of the Council of Elders. Ooh, we're getting to good shit. The Council of Elders is a governmental organization consisting of representatives from Amphoria's city-estates, while most are elected by their city-states. Some receive direct invitations from current Council of Elders members. Oh, how divine right of you. Authorized by the Citizens' Assembly that manage various practical affairs within Okhema. This is a recipe for corruption. The most renowned honorary elder is Lycurgus, an Antikytherian, a race that was already nearly extinct before the Chrysos War. He had communicated directly with the world-bearing Titan Kefali multiple times during the Era Cresea, and passed the wishes of the mortals to Kefali, showing himself as the truth Theoros. Lycurgus' neutrality is well noted by all, which explains his frequent selection as the Citizens' Assembly chair. Significantly, Elder Kynus, that's the old lady that was an assassin, has shown great effectiveness in Okhema's governance and gathered many followers. Many believe Kindness will leverage accumulated resources to challenge the current situation where the Chrysos heirs hold real authority and transform Okhema's political structure. That was a good read. It's just as I suspected. Trouble afflicting the Flame Chase journey aren't just external issues. The complex internal politics and interpersonal relationships are also exacerbating the problem. We can't just let our guard down. We have to find out where we stand in this large interwoven web. Couldn't have said it better myself, Dawn.
Nervous.
The trial feels like it's just around the corner. Starting to feel nervous. It's not that soon. There's still a few more days until then. Don't worry, everything will be fine. I feel like a sitting duck that has been thrown into a deep end. Speaking of which, I don't recall seeing any rubber duck toys in the baths of Okhema. Seems like they only have these seals. Let's just hope that everything goes well. After all, as someone who has earned the gaze of an Aeon, you should be able to overcome the trial of a regional god just fine. You know what, Don Hung? When you put it that way, that actually does instill quite a bit of confidence in me. We've also unknowingly gotten used to sleeping with the midday sun shining brightly above our heads. Get some rest. Perhaps a new phase of our trailblazing expedition in Amphorius is about to begin. Get some rest and wait for the trial. I wonder if this patch will cut back to the Astral Express at any point. Because that's my biggest complaint about the Amphorius story so far.
Esteemed one, Oronyx's vacant totem awaits.
Oh, we're going by a steamed one now?
If you have already made your preparations to become a pillar of Amphorius, please, step forward.
I was thrown off by the fact that we turned into Clara there. Speak with Trinan.
Miss, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what I should say to help calm your nerves.
Don't give me a death flag, don't give me a death flag, don't give me a death flag.
Right. Perhaps something like, as long as you can successfully complete this trial, the rest of the Flame Chase journey will be smooth sailing?
I said no death flags.
No, that sounds a little strange. Don't worry. It won't take up too much of your time.
Stop.
Don't worry.
Stop talking.
You'll definitely make it back alive?
Please stop talking.
Oh.
That's 2 death flags.
Sorry.
Possibly 3,
It
depending
seems
on how you
like
interpret
that
that.
would be even heavier. In any case, may everything go your way.
That's better. Just say wish you luck. That's all you had to say. Why? Why did you say those other things?
Accepting a Titan's trial is a very peculiar experience. I'm afraid that I'm not able to accurately describe it. You can only go and experience it for yourself.
I mean, we've already experienced it once. We had to experience it to go save you that one time, remember?
I believe that you'll be able to pull it off.
I can still vividly recall when you entered the vortex of Genesis for the first time. At that time, I could never have imagined that a guest from beyond the sky would shoulder the fate of Amphorius.
Entertain all impossibilities.
Don't feel burdened. Just like during the trial of strife, Trinan and Finan will be waiting for you outside. If something unforeseen were to occur, they will intervene in the trial and rescue you.
Cool.
May Kefali bless you.
Thank you. That's
Little
much more
Gray
comforting.
And Mem, thank you.
Sure, Trinan.
Your resolves cannot be questioned. We praise your pure selflessness and courage. May Kefali light your path forward.
Nothing from Giannis, though?
Get ready to assume Oronyx's divinity, Trailblazer.
This is not going to end well, is it?
The divine position of Oronyx has already been vacant for some time. We can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates.
That's not good. Why is their soul dissipating? Why wasn't, what's his name? Nikador's soul dissipating? Why is this only a problem for Oronyx? Let's begin. I've long gotten used to fighting fires. Let us begin.
The 8th core flame coveted by the miracle that once belonged to the great veil of Evernight, Oronyx. It shall now be returned by the 2 elected heroes of the Chrysosairs. A traveler who is upright and courageous, and a sacred beast that invokes miracles.
You know, miracles are definitely what I would call Mem's power. Preposterous is another word I would use to describe it.
Who? Mem.
It's also who for me, not that.
Both of you, please, come forward.
I didn't even notice that they didn't say who.
Recite along with us.
Alright, here we go.
O Majesty of the 12 Titans.
O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world. We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood and gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy. We done? I don't think I have gold blood.
These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please, focus.
Wait, so the prayer doesn't fucking matter? Why'd you make me say it with you?
And surrender the core flame.
And surrender the core flame. Click and hold to submit. Cool. I'm trying to get in the habit of using the mouse more, because it's harder to accidentally skip the choose your own dialogue options with the mouse. We can't understand what Oronyx says. Cass, got a translation?
Oronyx. Their soul has been waiting for a long time.
Like 4 days, right?
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
I don't know about that, to be honest. Wait for my return, my friends. I love all of you. I mean, we can give ourselves our own death flag. Let's give ourselves our own death flag. I'll pass on that.
The last time I heard this, things didn't turn out that well.
Please don't fucking say that shit. I don't want to have to put a fucking a death flag counter somewhere on the screen. Please, don't make me do that.
Don't worry, Aglaya. She's tougher than I am, right?
We actually haven't really seen you do jack shit, so being tougher than you doesn't really all amount to much. I'm tougher than a worm. I still don't understand what they're saying. Let's go. And we're gone. Also, Don Hung, I didn't realize you were here.
Let us pray that the Titan acknowledges your worthiness.
I don't have golden blood, so I wonder if I'm just not allowed on a technicality.
Although she loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, her determination is as strong as the Chrysos heirs. She will definitely succeed.
But what about the whole no golden
she's
blood
away,
thing?
I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
Oh, great. Why has everybody always got to have secret meetings? What's this about, Finon? Are you gonna think about stealing Kefale's core flame or something?
Speak. I'm listening.
Oh, I'm actually gonna get to hear this, or are we gonna cut away? No, we're gonna cut away. Because of course we are. I might sound upset, but I'm actually still really enjoying myself. Couldn't we have brought somebody with us that can speak Titan, please? Do we actually know which VA voices the Titan? Or Oronyx? I don't know if we know who voices Oronyx yet. Maybe it's on the wiki. I'll go check for it, because, Triby's VA Hayden is also doing Fagosa, the voice of, like, the Chalice.
Slap, slap.
Slap, slap.
Wake up.
Ooh, did Mem get more memories and more speech patterns now? Can Mem fully talk now?
How is it? How do you feel?
Yes! Finally! I don't have to read your lines for you. How are you able to talk?
Right? I think that it's amazing, too. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Why do we have the concept of a mic check in Amphorius?
I have such a cute voice. It must be because of all the memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations.
Cool, then why were you not talking like 5 minutes ago?
Also, listen. The words of the Titan are becoming clearer.
Mother.
That's not a good sign.
It hurts. Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of isolation coming to an end?
Not the voice I expected. Also depressing.
Oronyx. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak robbed them of their core flame, they have been relegated to waiting in isolation in such a confined space. We are going to help alleviate their pain, right?
I want to say yes, but I have a bad feeling we're going to cause them more pain in the process.
Memories. Broken. Mother. Where?
Mother? Who are they calling out for?
Their mom. We don't know who their mom is. So we aren't actually in the trial. We're physically just on the map.
It's you. I remember you.
Where do you remember me from?
Skyfather has gazed upon you.
Skyfather. That's what we call Fuli, right?
Mother is calling for you.
Okay, Skyfather is Fuli. So is Mother gonna be like, I don't know, Idrilla the Beauty? Or is it going, or is Mother Noose? Does Skyfather refer to Fuli? Wow, you just gonna put that out there. Oh, now you don't translate all of a sudden. Titan's words are indistinct. Each syllable emerging from the mist seems to be cloaked in frost, symbolizing memory. We'll take that as a yes.
Skyfather has chosen you.
Who is your mother? Oh, this is going to be our first hint. Majestic voice pierces through the golden mist, reaching the unseen mountain walls in the distance, reflecting and returning to your ears as an echo within an echo. You seemingly could make out the cry of a baby. Is it Terminus?
Mother is no longer responding.
We've come to you because of something important.
Something important. An important matter.
So there's a screaming baby, and that's the only hint we've got for who the third Aeon, the Sky Mother.
Oronyx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphorius. Each time people draw strength from within their memories, every single ripple falls onto your shoulders.
Where are you going with this, ma'am?
There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Oronyx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
Freedom.
Ooh, I don't like it when people refer to death as freedom. It makes me uncomfortable.
I want freedom.
Venti, where are you? I need you right now. Barbados.
Oh, poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
Leave it to us, Titan. It's troubling you, big fella. Please. We gave you a voice and we're not even going to use it for half your dialogue.
You have potential. Strength.
I'm detecting a butt coming.
Willpower. Powerful. And tenacious.
But... there it is.
But you lack something.
We don't have golden blood, huh?
Just one thing.
We don't have our memories.
Lacking something. What is it?
What are we lacking? Besides golden blood. Oh, come on. What you lack?
You lack is a future.
Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that. I don't have a future? I don't like the sound of that. I live in the moment.
Future?
I mean, we do have, like, a nuclear bomb cancer of world in our chest that could detonate us and whatever planet we happen to be on at any given second.
Traveler from the sky. You should have dissipated already.
Yeah, that's right. Without checking in with Himiko and Welt, isn't that the only thing that's keeping our Stellaron, like, under control? Oh, we've been on Amphorius way too long.
The gaze from Skyfather. Stabilize your form.
So in other words, Fuli is the only reason we haven't blown up yet.
Because from the moment you crossed the sky, your life was cast away.
Oh, so we died when we crashed into the planet? That what you're trying to say?
Right now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
That is so crazy. We've been dead this whole time? So what about the Stellaron in our chest? Is that okay?
What? How is that possible?
And then on top of that, how did we walk around before the Sky Father put us back together? Do you mean that I'm already dead? That being said, also, we aren't really a person. Silverwolf created us. So yeah, we are basically data. We've technically always been a collection of memories, if you really think about it. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not going to question that any further.
The space is collapsing.
The dream's collapsing.
Someone must inherit
Give it to Mem.
If the pillar is lost, the laws of time will collapse. Amphorius will succumb to eternal disorder.
Give it to Mem. What about the trial? Revive me quickly. You still haven't explained things clearly.
Time never compromises, never bears grudges,
Time stops for no man. Yes, I've heard the speech before.
never forgives.
Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Pick up the pace. The world is collapsing. The laws are important. Never forgive. Never make a choice. Child of humanity. Titans. Mother, Sky Father.
Mother, Sky Father.
Boy, for a god of time, you sure do take your sweet-ass time.
Restrains everything that exists in this world.
Oronyx's divinity is dissipating? Is the trial coming to an end?
Cool. When do we get our god powers? And I think we need them or the world ends, is what you're basically saying.
Pathstrider of remembrance.
Remembrance?
My strength. I shall entrust it to you.
Okay.
The fate of the world. If you wish to, save it.
Why are you giving me the option? That was the plan from the beginning.
Go and find your future that has been stolen. Even if that means you'll have to cheat death. You'll have to challenge that hand of shadow, clasped with unyielding fingers.
Well, I guess that's also why we could probably touch Castrus now that I think about it. We've always been dead. For the passing of the 15 entry hours, go forth and reclaim your future. Oh, was there more text on the screen? There was something on my glasses. I had to clean it off. Ah. You're finally awake. Got caught trying to cross the border. I can never resist. I'll keep it simple. You succeeded. Oronyx the Time Titan has entrusted you with their divinity. Now you are no different from a demigod of Amphorius. However, oh, I don't like the sound of that. Mem has told me about what happened during the trial. They are still explaining things to the others, and told me to bring you back to your room to rest first. The Titan must be joking, right? Don't sigh, Don Hung. So what's my superpower? For you to be able to say that even now, you are truly impressive. There's something that I've never told you. When we landed on Amphorius, our car was pierced by Nikador's lance, which I said. I don't know why other people said that it was the... I even frame by frame looked at it. And for some reason, some people think that it was the Sky Titan that shot us down. No, it was always Nikador. Nikador's lance shot us down, do you remember? Back in the ruins of the Abyss. This is what I said. You passed out when the car got hit. I blacked out too, but not before dragging you out. It's a good thing we were in the car, or we could have been crushed to pieces. Actually, my account kind of made light of the situation. What actually happened was much more complicated. Why are we still smiling? You were severely injured back then, with several wounds, still bleeding profusely. I struggled to carry you out, and used the last of my strength to stem the bleeding. But then I was also hit by a falling rock and lost my consciousness. And we were robbed of making out with you. I'm still upset about that, by the way. Last time I checked, you still weren't breathing. But when I regained consciousness, I saw that you were alive and full of energy. So I never brought this up again. How exactly did I come back to life? Wow, we really have been dead this whole time. You were knocked unconscious by a rock. No, come on. Don't be that mean. I'm not sure whether the gaze of Fuli has anything to do with this matter, but according to the Titan, you are living in a form of memory right now. Cool, we're a mimetic entity! Add that to the list of of things now. We are Rosalina. Or Black Swan. Ooh, maybe we should talk to Black Swan about this when we get back onto the Express. I'm not sure whether the gaze of Fuli has anything to do with it, but according to the Titan, you are living in the form of a memory right now. Just like those objects of the past and the miracles of Oronyx. Perhaps Mem is the anchor rope that ties you to the present. I had assumed that they couldn't stray too far from you, but the truth might be the exact opposite. Cry. Cry for me. Is that the TF2 reference? Stellaron, do something. What should we do next? For a while, I also thought that the Stellaron was your life support system, but it seems like this hypothesis has been disproven. It's not time for us to despair yet. There must be a way to save you. Oronyx mentioned finding your stolen future and cheating death. Considering Maide's indestructible body, it seemed to suggest that there is some kind of miraculous power in Amphorius that can even reverse death. The key seems to lie with the Hand of Shadow, whose whereabouts are unknown.
Hey.
Oh god!
All right. I heard you two talking about Thanatos. Cass is also very concerned about the warning. She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the Titan that Cass has always been looking for. Regardless of whether there are any clues, there's probably no one else that understands death better than her.
Cool, what's my superpower? We still haven't answered that question. Let's do that, Gan.
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosairs already know everything that has happened to you.
Yeah, Dan Hung told us.
I was too worried, so I told them everything. Please don't hate me, okay?
Wait, when you say everything, how much? Please tell me they didn't share everything about Ron May on the space station. Please tell me they didn't share everything about Ron May on the space station. Garden of Life. Why walk when you can teleport?
Miss, I'm right here.
Okay. You hear soft steps coming closer, one step at a time. Why are we getting black screened right now?
Please stay there and slowly turn around.
Why are you saying it like that, and why are you using that tone? For some reason you feel you have seen this scene before. You want to turn your head, but you glimpse a dash of purple brushing past your face. Then, a chill seeps through your skin, seeping into your veins. Thump thump, your heartbeat begins to slow. This moment... Oh, I get it. She's reenacting the scene from the trial. Although she didn't get to take any steps forward, I think, from what my memory was of that, since I didn't lie. This moment, I just want to close my eyes, remembering the near-death experience. Gotta stay on guard. Spin around immediately and give Castros a scare. Ooh, that's so tempting. Yeah, let's go with that. In the blink of an eye, time seems to have frozen beneath a cold sensation. And you just happen to close your eyes. What?
Please pardon me.
Ooh, that's a good thumbnail right there. To be fair, though, I'm probably going to use the Dawn Hung. You're finally awake. The subtle fragrance of unnamed flower fills your senses, its sweetness making you forget the need to breathe. You realize that you are still alive. No, to be more precise, your death was not thorough. The coldness of the initial touch disperse as quickly as it came, and replacing it is the touch of the fingertips and the tremble born of trepidation that originated from a certain lanky arm. Her quivering finger gently brushed against your cheek, causing a faint tickle.
Just as I expected. I cannot feel anything.
Am I really dead? You're invading my personal space. Castris, you're shaking.
Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I thought that it might have been the special ability of a traveler from beyond the sky. Never did I expect that this would be the true reason.
Cool, we've always been dead. Or at least on Amphorius.
I'm sorry. I should have noticed that something was amiss earlier. Miss, if my abrupt behavior just now offended you, I hope that you can forgive me.
I don't get offended very easily.
I'm just thinking, if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician, I might be able to trace where it has gone to.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Cass, did you find anything?
I'm not getting used to the fact that Mem can talk yet.
Perhaps I have overestimated my capabilities. But, Miss, would you be willing to let me try again? This time, I'll increase the area of contact slightly. Perhaps the result might be different this time.
Alright, hug time. Refuse. I think I'll pass. No harm in trying again.
I have never touched the living in this way before. If my actions are in any way disrespectful, I hope that you can forgive me.
That's right. Just don't get too feely. Castris once again places her palm on your face. Her shivers calm somewhat this time. Oh, something happened? Did you discover something?
I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. Your soul is currently roaming someplace and cannot find a way to escape. But perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have time. We have a chance to find it before the fingers of Thanatos sweep everything away.
It's good. That's very good.
Clues. Just a few more. I need more guidance.
I love the flower petals. It's a nice touch for the cinematic. I haven't seen cinematics like this since our playthrough of Shadowverse.
The connection has been severed. With my strength, I'm not able to trace it. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, miss. Although we currently have no leads, I will do my best to search for the whereabouts of Thanatos, bring back their core flame, and personally return to you the life that you have lost too soon. I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind.
I just realized they sixth sensed us.
To deliver on this promise, please do your best to
I'm sorry if I just spoiled the movie from 35 years ago.
Amphorius needs you.
Nah, it'll be fine. So what now? Live on bravely, I understand. So what now?
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too. If possible, please go there and let them know that you're well. Although, I don't actually know whether your current situation can be described as well.
Uh-huh. So when are we gonna answer the what superpowers do I have question?
Also, please accept this Styxian fable. Reading can help one to focus and relax. I hope that reading this can help tide you through this difficult period.
Is this the one that you read to us earlier? It was one of the circle ones, right? There we go. Styxia Fable. Part 1, Part 2. Collection of fables passed down from the city-state of dragons and waves, Styxia. Compiled by the Bardess Archipea. This copy is gifted to Castros by Triad. This is the same one. When the dragon's wings first swept across Styxia like waves crashing against the rocks, all, from poor to the rich, from the curious to the fearful, looked up in awe. Dragon, dragon, why are you so silent and sorrowful? The princess climbed to the high tower where the dragon made its nest, gently stroking its forehead with pity. The dragon's wings revealed decaying flesh. Blackened pus poured from within. The distant black tide had transformed it into a monster. It opened its mouth and swallowed the compassionate princess whole. A great disgrace, we must avenge her. The archers with silver bows and blacksmiths with hammers gathered 700 warriors, swearing to cut open the dragon's belly and rescue the princess. That's never gonna work. It was a fierce battle. Stones shattered, columns fell, until the dragon was riddled with countless bone-exposing wounds, bled black blood, and perished. The princess pulled from the dragon's belly was already lifeless. My child, born of my flesh and blood, how could I allow you to perish before me? The grieving queen summoned the kingdom's most precious treasure and called upon an alchemist. One of the worst things that can happen to a parent is to have your child die before you. In the high tower, the alchemist set a ritual, drawing the dragon's bones and gathering its soul, hoping to reshape the scattered flesh of the dragon into a reborn form of the princess. But how could the corrupted flesh of darkness give birth to pure white flower? The princess, resurrected from death, extended her claws and unfurled her massive bony wings, and devoured every last soul in the city. As the evil dragon's wings finally cast the shadow of death over Styxia, none, be they poor, rich, weeping, or trembling, could resist its grasp. Styxia, once a land of treasured glory, your people until their last breath, refused to blame you. Refused to blame the loving queen, the valiant centurion, the wise mage, and the kind princess. Only lamenting the inevitable and the unstoppable black death that sealed their fate. Archipea's note, oh, this story holds great value. If this is true, then it was the evil dragon that brought death to Styxia. But where is the dragon now? The one who once took the form of a princess. Gonna keep an eye out for that.
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too.
Alright, so you're just repeating that line.
They're here.
What's next? When am I gonna learn my god powers?
Partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wake up. How do you feel?
Also, how's Hyacinth doing? So the entire world knows about this now? She can even take a pulse of someone who's dead? Feels quite cool being a departed spirit.
Well, at least you look no different from the living. I think that most living people don't even look as good as you do.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You've completed the trial of time. And I have to admit that the process went better than I expected. Even in the end, that Titan's heart still showed a soft spot for humankind. However, I never expected that. Two people who have cheated death would appear in Okhema at the same time.
Two? Who's the second?
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Okhema for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body?
I'm sure people have.
If there were even any minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as clueless as we are right now.
Many have had this idea, but so far, there have been no results. If it were successful, Thanatos wouldn't have disappeared without a trace. Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give up. At the very least, we can still see a glimmer of hope.
Oh, there's plenty of hope.
Cypher. If anyone in this world knows the whereabouts of death, it would be her.
It's like only the second time she's ever been brought up.
I'll try and get her to return to Okhema, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphorius, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death. At the end of time, Thanatos silently awaits all.
I guess except for my day, but we don't talk about that. Thank you for your help. Is this supposed to be comforting? Well, yeah, everybody dies in the end. That's why there's the finality path.
It is my duty. We too require you to bear the divine position of time.
Yeah. What happens without time? The whole universe collapses in on itself, I guess.
But before that, just...
How do I use my authority of time? Please tell me how I use my god powers.
What's wrong, Aglaya?
Omens always come in pairs. A tiny air current will eventually brew into a storm that tears the sky apart. It's Anaxagoras. He has initiated contact with the Council of Elders.
Wow, who could have saw that coming?
In the end, it has still come down to this.
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennium might be reduced to dust because of that great performer.
Ooh, switching to an Nexus POV. Not long ago. Ooh, spooky. Another thumbnail for the books.
I'm back here again. I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh. The crowd of travelers leaves tracks everywhere.
Are you dying?
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Amphorius are we?
Thank you. You were not helpful.
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distracted and ignored my question.
Tell me, which Titan reigns over this land? And how do I find them?
Is this a dream?
Hand of Shadow.
Oh, so this is the land of the dead. Got it.
Hand of Shadow Thanatos. Could this possibly be the Netherrealm?
Not Netherrealm.
Yeah, those are the people that make Mortal Kombat. It's a different game company.
Then where is this? River of Souls? The outskirts of the Netherrealm? Are you heading downstream toward the Netherrealm?
The Netherrealm. Nothing but an illusion.
Got it. There is no afterlife. Only the ceasing to exist.
Titan rejects you, me. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and remains silent. I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it. I hear it, deep within the tides, beyond the closed gates of the Void World.
The Netherrealm.
A voice, about to recount something.
Child of humanity,
Ooh.
is it death's embrace you yearn for with such urgency?
Oh. Is this Cersei's?
Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
15 more dawns.
15 days and nights.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little too long for solving a singular problem.
Oof. Yeah, 14 should suffice. We always knew you liked him for some reason.
Stop giggling. It's time for us to go. The messenger from the Council of Elders is almost here.
Let me ask you one more question. Are you really planning to betray Aglaya's will?
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her to begin with?
Man, that's like word for word what Finon said.
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so recklessly, do you not care about what might happen to him?
Look at that smile.
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finon.
You truly are a strict teacher.
Of course. This is how I've always been.
Dear mother, you gave me life. Complete Oronyx's trial. Meet with the Council's messenger. Why is the Council's messenger meeting here? Olive, cast to the conference chair. I just realized that was the name of the... That's the name of the mission.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Anaxagoras. It's been a while.
That caught me off
Lord
guard.
Anaxagoras.
There's a hole in your chest, sir.
I greet you on behalf of all the citizens of Okhema and express my deepest regret about what happened at the Grove of Epiphany.
It's you. I never expected that you would personally come and meet me.
By carefully into Lantern above, I have come as a testament to the justice of the Council of Elders.
There are Antikytherans here? They have been a rare sight ever since the Chrysos War.
This must be the chairman.
I extend to you my utmost respect, revered Titan. I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus, holding an honorary position within the Council of Elders in Okhema, and as the Theoros, I stand to protect the right of all upright citizens to express themselves freely.
Honorary position.
You can see them too?
You know about us. We Antikytherans perceive the world through the amplitude and frequency of souls.
Ah, so you have soul sight.
Just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in on our private meeting from afar. If necessary, Lord Anaxagoras, I can sever the golden thread to protect your fundamental rights.
So we do have a right to privacy in Okhema. You hear that? You hear that, Aglaya?
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threats, and just let her listen to my words. They shall serve only to unveil her own folly.
Which is why she's aware of this meeting now.
May I interpret this as you having a countermeasure?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with
So he just doesn't
Oronyx's
care that she
fall,
listens in.
any attempt to capture the core flame within me will only usher chaos and calamity. A truth she undoubtedly comprehends. While I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Okhema's Citizens' Assembly, have long known the extent of your abilities. Let's forego the formality of asserting authority, Lord Lygus. Lead the way.
I like this
Very
guy.
well. Surely Lady Kindness would appreciate such assertiveness in an ally.
I don't like kindness, though.
She's been waiting. Follow me, please.
Alright, where are we heading?
Is there something on your mind, Lord Anaxagoras?
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your reflections with me?
Yeah, I want to hear some wax philosophical.
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
Yeah, about that.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
It's a possibility.
Yes, for dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
Ah, an intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained a profound silence ever since the era Arasa, while scholars and priests alike have conveyed the message of the gods' imminent fall.
Yeah, but that doesn't imply death. He could also just be asleep, he could be in stasis, hibernating. There's a lot of ways that could be interpreted that.
Perhaps the gods in their arrogance deemed it beneath them to reveal their perspectives to mortals.
Could you elaborate on your statement?
Circes, the kin of the Skyfather as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain. Were I to inquire, Kefali would have no cause to refuse.
Interesting.
Oh.
That very well could be true. But what if the world-bearing Titan still chooses to remain silent?
In that case, the myths crafted by the people of Amphorius are nothing more than pitiful jests.
It's worth a try.
It's worth a try. I believe, and I'd love to witness the fruits of your theory and the change it may bring to this imperiled world.
I love the giggly nature of his voice. He seems really fun.
Because I completely concur with you on this aspect. If the Titan has indeed met their end, any response from them would be impossible.
I actually disagree. The dead can talk. Ooh, cutscene. Whoa, that's kind of loud.
Please,
Oh,
Professor.
this was in the trailer for the 3.2 quest. So now we know what that giant hand was. I thought it was possibly Zagreus. Now it's not Zagreus, Thanatos. I thought that the hand might have been Thanatos, but I guess now it's just a transportation method here.
The children of humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Welcome to Dawncloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane clamor of the Marmorial Palace, with entry permitted only to the invited. Only esteemed beings grace this place, and among them I've received priests, scholars, warriors, and now we even have the honor to be in the presence of a Titan. Oh, what a joyous occasion.
You know what I just realized? Nova Impact actually just started doing a Part 1 series about all the races in Star Rail, and I guess we have another one to add.
Once deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine, shouldn't it?
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly wait for a moment. A soldier will be here to guide you shortly. In the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly remain within the guard's view. Delaying the crucial meeting is something none of us wish to see, I presume.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to emphasize that.
Yeah, she's a brutal assassin from what we heard.
As you wish. Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out you just left one cage to enter another.
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then. Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued to see how the children of humanity beyond the grove perceive another Titan.
Off you go. I won't be joining you. This Titan appears to be quite at ease. I should investigate the Council of Elders' recent activities first.
Be aware, I can hear you perfectly well from here.
You're sharing a brain right now, just a reminder, Anaxagoras. We'll go for another 30 minutes or so.
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Looks like my presence here is quite unwelcome.
It would seem.
Anaxagoras, I thought that you had died to the Black Tide, just like the other scholars.
As Kephale's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
Ooh, burn.
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics are not worthy of respect from the Supreme Being.
What a dick.
Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawncloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself. I am no longer that altar servant from years ago, who could only acquiesce to the commands of others. Now, I have plenty of ways to deal with people like you.
Do tell.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you could have been made by a creation titan. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence, right? Then who is it exactly? Could it be Kindness?
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for now. Leave immediately, and don't impede us from receiving the Supreme Being's blessings.
Isn't he supposed to be dead? From your perspective?
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that Kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps this affair will proceed smoother than I had anticipated.
Alright.
Oh my, what a thrilling confrontation. As expected of one of Kefali's followers.
Are you praising or insulting him?
I cannot tell, to be honest.
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the god of deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible. Don't mutter to yourself like some sort of madman and disturb my meditation.
Ah, so he can't see her. They didn't even bother giving that guy a name. Alright, now we gotta see what's on this side.
Professor Anaxa!
Young scribe.
Here! Professor Anaxa? Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide. To find you here safe and sound, thank the Fates.
You could say it's the Fates toying with us.
There was one other scribe that survived, by the way. Or scholar, I mean.
It's only the Cremnoans and Idonians who chase glory through death. But your survival is a victory in itself. I'd settle for that gladly. So, are you here to report the incident to the council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the Grove, Okhema would be next in line, even with the demigod of strife standing alongside humankind.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Not much, I don't think.
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Oronyx's fall, they proclaimed in the council that the Flame Chasers could no longer stand against the calamity alone. Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide, she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved beyond Okhema, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents. They might well make their move at the upcoming Citizens' Assembly.
I do not like the format of this Citizens' Assembly. I like the idea of democracy being important, but this is a corrupt oligarchy disguised as a democracy.
No surprises there, those shifty opportunists. Thank you for your honesty, virtuous student.
Being an opportunist could very well be a facet of wisdom.
Shouldn't you be searching for murals of yourself? I've had enough of your prattling.
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both factions, so I came to listen in. But it seems as though this Kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so, why do you want to work with her? Could it be that perhaps you've decided to readily surrender this hollow shell of yours, just because you feel like death is fast approaching?
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what you truly think. I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Ooh, wow. He really does want to die. There's still more of these? I'm gonna activate another quest if I solve this one, aren't I? 7! Okay, so we want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven. So we want to do 1, 2. No, we do 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. I am smart.
Can I have some?
Listen to Cersei's evaluations on the murals. Oh, yeah, I guess we're gonna pop in on that. Ah, yes, the murals.
My, could it be that the great tree painted in this mural is actually depicting me?
There's a bird on that one.
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Cersei's.
Debating scholar.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses. Such exquisiteness indeed.
I thought you're scholars, not art students.
This mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Ooh, wow. Did you really need to throw shade on that?
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
I don't have an answer for that one.
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawncloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
The entire plan is stored in my memory, so why don't you look there?
Can she do that?
Then don't mind if I do. 1 year old? 2 years old?
Oh god. She's starting at the beginning. You didn't want to start at the present and work your way back?
Oh my. Even a member of the preeminent 7 sages must hug his droma stall to sleep? How interesting.
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy hides a secret that nobody knows, right?
Maybe? I don't know. I was really close to my stuffed toys when I was a young child. And by young child, I mean up until I was like 16.
Since our days are both numbered, I don't mind telling you more about it. This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh? Are they also living in Okhema?
They all died to the tide years ago, didn't they?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Ooh, that's not a good sign.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere. I can't bear to look.
That was not a good line read.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course. Although I prayed to every titan that I could think of for help, my efforts were ultimately futile.
This... Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of the Thesis' theory as well.
Okay.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that...
But was he correct is the real thing.
Since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Anaxa, you...
Empedocles.
I did it, teacher.
What did you do?
But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre. Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the Seven Sages.
Calm down, teacher. My sister,
She has passed away.
she's still not in the mortal realm, even to this day.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye.
You sacrificed an eye? Man, this is just Full Metal Alchemist.
Equivalent exchange.
Oh my god. I just had to open my mouth.
Price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time. Nothing more.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
You know, I'm actually noticing that there's a distinct lack of puzzles and gameplay in the story so far. Not that I'm complaining about that, but I feel like perhaps there was puzzles in combat that was removed because people complained about it in 3.0.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue Thalesis' research.
Thalesis?
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the tip of the iceberg. I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever.
Hey, that's the thing that they said in the live stream.
I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours? However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
Aren't you the god of reason?
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it.
That's really mean, but go on.
My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret. After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
As expected, you laid a trap for me to step into. Unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about my past, I may not know more about it than you do.
Really? Do you not, like, have memories or something?
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom? Your followers are going to be sorely disappointed by this.
Also, just a reminder that he's effectively talking to himself, and everyone walking by can hear all this.
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance...
Hey, it's the Socrates quote!
Wisdom of all.
The Oracle of Delphi!
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
That is a saying.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa.
Military runner.
I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence. I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting your arrival, so please depart forthwith.
It's finally time.
I feel like this might be the best opportunity for me to stop, though.
Carefully. The one who created the world, and the one who bears the world. If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that Lady Goldweaver.
Yeah, I can imagine. I bet she's killed people.
Isn't that the dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Don't worry. He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Your nickname is Dromus as well? You must really like those creatures.
Aye, Captain. Capfly. Which one are we going to? It looks like there's multiple places. Oh, never mind.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
The Venerationists?
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs, and it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Wow.
But in my view, there are only right and wrong perspectives, neither of which can coexist with the other.
No, I don't believe that.
What radical thinking. I guess this is why the children of humanity always squabble with each other.
I think that there's only right and wrong.
Oh,
That's a hot take.
You seem to be avoiding that Goldweaver person. Why don't you address her face to face?
I have nothing to talk about with her. Since you're in my brain, you can look for the reason yourself.
Oh, the leader of the Flame Chase journey, and a demigod of Nestia.
You're really searching through my brain. What are you treating it as?
Some sort of toy?
Regardless, you think quite highly of her, no?
That's because I'm a teacher who grades everyone fairly.
Wow, there's something going on there. Spill.
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Aight.
Take caution.
We'll probably end this really shortly. If it switches perspective again, we'll end as soon as we can.
Welcome to the Demigod Council, esteemed guests.
Where are all the demigods if it's a demigod council? You again.
Anaxagoras. Oh, I've heard so much about you. Head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove calamity. Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows.
Yeah, is that why we're looking at this one guard's crotch in the foreground?
Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Everyone, stand down.
There he goes.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is
feeble scholar, my ass.
Avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Okhema are so entitled to.
Your point?
As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses.
Okay.
And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
Cleaners. Yikes. For those who don't know what a cleaner is, those are the people that get rid of corpses after a murder.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, these walls have ears.
I actually don't see that many walls out here, to be honest.
I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles.
You killed him, didn't you?
Yet, it seems you subscribed to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters, just like how there are two types of people in this world, geniuses and dimwits.
I would say there's more than those two, but okay. This place is kind of big. I never realized Cathali was so far away.
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words.
And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions.
Okay.
This tiny stage is the most profound
Tiny stage?
Okhema in centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Okhema's history.
Oh, neat. We'll be dead on that by then.
May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no death, strife, or trickery.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
Yeah, it's almost like there's a divine body above all of this that is writing it all, like a perfect story of plot convenience.
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have, as expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
Maybe you should not talk for a minute.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
And this also might be why he didn't sever her thread, so that she can hear this conversation even now.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
She does seem to end every, decision with, I mean, I could kill him.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the Erechrysia that you are desperately pursuing.
So they want to turn back the clock rather than make a new world.
Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words and just speak plainly to each other.
All right.
Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our words and wisdom.
Okay, this is a good stop.
If you need to organize your thoughts, please go ahead. But please don't go too far away, lest complications arise.
Alright, so this is going to be a good stopping point for now. I'm glad that it gave us an option. Next time, we'll continue more of this. And if we finish it, maybe we'll do the Caster's pulls then. But I want to edit this out into, like, maybe 3 parts. I have a feeling that this story is going to be, like, 8 hours. That being said, this patch was actually smaller than the last patch for 3.1. So maybe this will only be about, like, a 5 or 6 hour quest. Of which we've spent about 2.5. So, until next time, stay safe, everyone. If you want to know when I'm going to go live, what I'm going to do when I do go live, you can always join my Discord, and that's where I post all that information. Stay safe, everyone.